And we continue at 2:07 in the afternoon. Talk Radio 790 KABC, the John Phillips Show, broadcasting live from the Morongo Casino Resort and Spa Living Room Studios. Mr. Randy Wangs at the sports desk in Culver City.
John, let's dip back into that community meeting with Katie Young-Yaroslavsky and Karen Bass, where they're trying to propose a homeless shelter next to a school in a district that's had enough with these people.
What will be a process that's going to be
Total recall time.
She's got a critic.
Or 10.
Or hundreds. 800-222-KABC is the telephone number, 1-800-222-5222. Because we've had so many caller segments today, we haven't had a chance to do any of the giveaways. But, Randy, we have two coming up later on in the hour.
That's right, so stick around because we're going to have tickets to Dionne Warwick and Dierks Bentley, which shows that this show has range.
800-222-KABC is the telephone number. It is a pleasure to welcome our next guest to the program. He, of course, is a man you see on TMZ all the time. He is the widower of Zsa Zsa Gabor, Prince Frederick von Anhalt. Prince Frederick, thanks so much for stopping by.
Hey, John, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm okay. I'm here in Hollywood. You know, that's it. It must be okay. I must be okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I love Hollywood. I love Beverly Hills, so I'll be here. I miss seeing you anyhow.
Absolutely. Well, we'll have to get together for dinner sometime soon. A lot of people want to know, they know that you and your lovely bride, Zsa Zsa Gabor, a longtime item, longtime Hollywood fixture. How are you doing since her passing?
Well, you know, I just turned 80. I'm becoming an old man, you know. I'm alone. I don't want to get married again. I love my wife dearly, and I promise I will never get married again. You know, I think about my wife every day. I go to Budapest ever so often. I took her to Budapest. She wanted to be married with her father, so I fulfilled her last wish. And it's a different life, but I'm hanging in, you know. And Zsa Zsa always told me, you know, you have enough money, make the best out of it, live your life to the fullest, and that's what I'm going to do, you know. I mean, I learned in the last 6 years since my wife passed away how to spend money on my own, how to have fun with my own money. Isn't that something, you know? And I love it. I just love it. I don't need anybody else to help me, you see. So that's why I'm staying single, period, you know.
Well, that's good. You don't need any dead weight.
And, you know, there's so much going on in Hollywood, you know, and I just love it. I have some friends over here, have to go to restaurants and stuff like that. And I even have family members like Harry and Meghan, you know. What else can I say, you know? I mean, there's a prince and there's a princess, you know, and you know, so it goes on, you know. It's so much fun happened here.
Well, I feel like in many ways they're copying what you already did, because you were the first member of a European royal family to move to California and to become a fixture in Hollywood. They then, I guess she was part of the Hollywood set before marrying him, but then they moved here as a couple, and they say they have to live in Montecito to stay away from the press because the press won't leave them alone.
Well, listen, this is all bull, you know. This is bull. What I miss, you know. I mean, when I came to Hollywood, you know, I went all the way up to the top. I married Zsa Zsa Gabor. I was in right away in the high society, right away. I played it different. I played it down up. They played up down. That's wrong. You know, what they should do, they should come to Beverly Hills, they should come to Hollywood, run around a little bit, run rodeo drive, go a little shopping, go to the restaurants in Beverly Hills and do stuff. Let people see them and let the tourists ask them, oh, can we take a picture, can we take a selfie, stuff like that. Yeah, that's what they want to see. The Americans want to see them out, not hiding, you know, from the press. Who's hiding from the press? We all need the press. The press made us big. Radio made us big. Television made us big. We need them, and they need them too. You see, they signed contracts. They signed contracts with Netflix, with all kinds of television stuff. They do it. They want it. They do it. That's why they came over. Otherwise, they would have stayed in London. They came over for the show. So if you want the show, don't be shy for the press. That's it.
What do you make of him dishing dirt on the rest of the royal family? Because apparently William's very upset with him.
That's bad. You don't do that. You don't do that. And I believe that's not him. That's Meghan. I mean, Meghan, she is a beautiful girl. I like her. But I think she didn't make it so the way she wanted it before she went to England, before she married Harry. Now she came back to Hollywood. Now she is using Harry is the door opener. She's using Harry to get all the contracts and stuff like that. I don't think it's Harry, it's her. And she said, we put some dirt on the family, and the Americans, they wanted. Big mouth Oprah Winfrey, she was the one. Of course, she had to open her mouth. Look, I have them, and now they're going to talk. This is bad. America is about family. America loves family. You don't do that. You don't use the dirt. Every family has a little dirt, you know. You don't use that to make a career. And that is not Harry. Harry is a very smart, very intelligent guy. All English people are very intelligent, and Harry is intelligent. I believe it's Meghan. Meghan pushed him and said, let's do it. And finally, you know, like father, like son, you know, Meghan, no, Harry is going to be on the run very soon, you know. So she wants every contract in their desk, you know, and when everything is done. Now, Harry, do whatever you want. That's the way it works. Watch it.
You think she's going to leave him, or he's going to leave her after she gets every bit of the juice out of the squeeze?
Well, she's not going to leave him. He's going to leave her. You know, that's how it works. You know, I mean, look at Charles. You know, as a matter of fact, I met Charles 2 months ago. The King Charles, and Queen Camilla, you know, good old Camilla. Oh, I shouldn't say old. Camilla, you know. So I met him in Berlin at the Adlon Hotel, and we couldn't talk very much. It was just a handshake and hi. And I met Charles and Philip in Palm Beach. We played polo. Jaja played polo in Palm Beach Polo and Country Club in Wellington. We played polo there. And Harry and William are little guys, you know. I met them all with Diana and Charles. So I met the whole family long before. And we are cousins, you know, because the Ducal House of Anhalt is related to the English house, you know. So we are all cousins, you know. And I was talking to Harry in Malibu. I met him once. I was talking a little bit, and you know, they're doing the right thing. I mean, Hollywood likes them. Hollywood loves it. You know, there's a prince, there's a princess. Well, princesses, we have quite a few princesses over here. I think every Kardashian girl is a princess because Mama Kardashian is the queen of Hollywood, you know. So we have princesses over here already. You know, she's not the only one, but as long as she gets all the contracts, she gets, you know, money. Harry doesn't need any money. Poor Harry. They always say, poor Harry, poor Harry. He has to support himself. The English house, the Buckingham Palace, the English house is the richest house in Europe. If Harry needs a couple of $100 million, he gets it. So it's not poor Harry, it's her. She is playing that role. Poor Harry, oh my God, let's get a couple of jobs over here, and we are the royal couple, we do it for you. Talent, oh well, we have a title, we don't need talent. Actually, you do need talent, but they think they can get it without it, and they did so far get it without it.
Now, after they started dishing on the royal family, the Queen of England, who was alive at that time, created separation between them and the rest of the royal family. If it was Meghan and Harry dishing negative stories about you, how would you have handled it?
We'll do the same thing. You know, the Queen Elizabeth was the most loved woman in the world. We all loved her. We all looked up to her. She was really the queen of the world. You don't do that. And I'm glad she did it. And I'm glad Charles behaved like that. And I'm glad William behaves like that. And I would do the same thing. You don't dish dirt out, period. You don't need dirt. There are other things you can do. Create your own show, do your own, be your own man, be your own woman. Don't do that. Don't use your family. This is bad. You don't do that. And you don't do it in America. I know in Europe they do it, but you don't do it in America. America is different. America is family. Family in America, they stick together. And that's what you do in that. They're wrong. If they want to do it, they should go back to England or do it somewhere else in Europe, but not in America. I love America because America is all about family. That's what I love in America. They should never do that. They should be punished for it. They really should be punished for it.
We're speaking with Prince Frederick von Anhalt. Prince Frederick, you have dabbled in politics at various points in time here in California at the state and the local level. You would not have been the first person from Hollywood to get involved in politics. We've seen it with Ronald Reagan. We saw it with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now Willie Brown, the former mayor of San Francisco, is saying that Arnold Schwarzenegger is thinking about getting back into politics and running for the U.S. Senate for Dianne Feinstein's Senate seat. What do you think about Arnold getting back in?
I think he would be a great senator, and I think he's going to win. They would vote for him. He would be good. He would be good. I mean, he did good in California. I mean, what is so far, every time I go to the 405, I think about Arnold, because he created an extra line, So I love Arnold, actually. He did a great job, and he would be great for U.S. Senator. Listen, it can't get worse like it is already in Washington right now. It's like a circus there, So we need some new people there. We definitely need some new people, and Arnold would be a change. Lots of things will change very fast, but Arnold would be a change. I would love it, I really would love it. Maybe Arnold, maybe the Terminator needs to go in and cleans up there, That's what we need probably. Yeah, I love Arnold. I would love him to be a senator.
Now, you used to run into him every so often. Your paths used to cross. You and him, you'd shoot the breeze. You'd talk politics. When's the last time you've seen him, and do you think Arnold's still ambitious?
Arnold, I saw Arnold a couple of months ago. He used to come every weekend, to Beverly Hills to go to the restaurants. But since the pandemic, people are stepping away. I don't know why. I don't know. I really don't know why. Why they step away? I don't see so many like Stallone or of course Stallone went to Florida, but Arnold and those guys are still here, but they don't come to Beverly Hills so often anymore. So I saw him a couple of months ago on the beach, going around with his bike. Arnold wants it. Arnold is very rich. He's a very rich guy. Arnold is rich. He is smart, very clever guy, highly educated too. The sports guy. He wants power. Arnold loves power. And people who are up for power, they're already good people. People who don't need it, but they want it. They don't need it. Arnold doesn't need it, but he wants it. He wants power. And if somebody wants power, he plays it out. And he would play it out right. If he becomes senator, he would do it right. Believe me.
What do you think the Hollywood press corps is like compared to the political press corps? Do you think it's more vicious in Hollywood?
Well, more vicious in Hollywood, don't talk about political press corps, they don't know what to do. They don't know if they should be nice or vicious or whatever, politically, what can you do politically right now? It's a madhouse, a total madhouse. It's a madhouse in Sacramento, it's a madhouse in Washington, it's a madhouse everywhere. We have to clean up. Maybe Hollywood has to clean up. Maybe Hollywood has to clean up and send Arnold to Washington and a couple of others, We have a couple of other. Look, Reagan was an actor, and I loved Reagan. I think Reagan was the greatest president ever. I loved him, you see. Maybe we should send a couple of actors, to Sacramento and to Washington. Maybe we should do that and clean up and have a change. Maybe it works better. Hollywood did good. Hollywood always does good. Look, and maybe they do good in Washington. That's it. I think what Biden does, I don't believe anymore it's a coincidence that he falls. I think he's acting. He does it specially, He wants to show he's a good actor, Maybe he wants to come back to Hollywood. Maybe he wants to play in a movie or something like that. Maybe that's why he's doing it, He's not doing us a favor with that, I think it's acting. It can't be. I'm 80 years old. I turned 80. I don't fall. I don't fall forward. I don't fall backward. Nothing. Nothing happened to me. I can read my speech. I can do anything. Let's put it that way. So anyhow.
Well, he falls going up the stairs. He doesn't fall going down the stairs. He falls going up the stairs.
Yeah, this is why I think it's acting. It's total acting. I think it's not by coincidence. It's acting. It's totally acting. He needs some attention, but there are other things, to get attention, But don't let me get into it. I get really pissed off, because I don't like that. I love America, I really love America, and it pisses me off what's going on over here, because ever so often I go to Europe, and Europe, they laugh about us. They say, this is a madhouse, what you have over there. What's going on in America, this is a madhouse. They laugh at us, and I hate that. I really hate that, and I personally want to change in Washington. I personally do.
What do they say about Biden? When you're in Europe and you're dealing with other dignitaries over there, what do they say to you about Biden?
What I say about Biden, all I say, he is an old guy. He's old. Some people, they are already old when they're 60 or 70. He's 80. He's too old for the job. He can't do it anymore. He tried very hard. He did it for a long, long time. But he's getting old. Some people get older fast, and some people behave different in a certain age, I do, and I think what I do lots of sports. I run every day about 5-6 miles. I go to the gym every day. I do things like that. So I behave different, I have more power. I have a better voice. I can talk to people. I can read. I can read my 4 lines. I don't make a mistake reading 4 lines and stuff like that. And I don't fall up and down, left and right, And that's what I do. So I think I know he doesn't do sport. You can see the way he behaves, the way he walks. He doesn't do sport at all, So if he were riding a bike, doesn't mean anything, We all do that. Even if he falls from the bike. So what can I say? So he can't do it anymore. That's what I tell the Europeans. Look, the man is old. I feel sorry for him. He can't do it anymore. We need somebody new, period. And then I turn around and walk away. I don't want to discuss anything because I get into a physical fight, if I talk more in Germany.
Wait, you get into physical altercations about it?
Pardon?
You get into physical altercations? You get so worked up about it?
No.
Okay.
No. It's just, no. It's just
you got to keep you out of trouble.
People like to discuss it. They like to show with the finger, look, you're American. Are you proud to be an American? I says, yes. Look what's going on over there. It's, I can't even repeat what they tell me, So it's really bad. So I personally would love to have a change very soon, very fast. And Arnold going as a senator to Washington, perfect.
All right.
He's going to start.
Prince Frederick von Anhalt, we love you. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. You want to email the show? You can do so at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. That's johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. And Randy, if you were on vacation last week or maybe the week before and you say, wait a minute, 3 o'clock is almost here, but I don't want the show to end. You can just pull up a handy-dandy podcast and keep it going as long as you want.
That's right. Go to KBC.com, click on podcasts, go to the Apple Podcasts app, iHeart, Spotify, search for The John Phillips Show, hit subscribe, search for The John Phillips Show on YouTube. That's a thing now. And you can download all of the episodes. Let's say that you were only in town on Monday, but you missed the shows on
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Then you can get them.
Karen Bass was elected as mayor in the last mayoral election. So far, she has been given mostly positive coverage from the news media. Most people, even those that didn't vote for her, are giving her a chance. And mostly, she's gotten a pretty warm reception.
It's because she's Mother Goose.
If you're feeling down, if you're feeling blue, let's get help for you.
This was, of course, all until she had a public event with newly elected councilwoman Katie Yaroslavsky.
That's right. In an effort to clean up the homeless in Council District 5, which stretches all the way from Encino to Palms, because the way we cut these districts makes absolutely no sense, Katie Yaroslavsky wants to put up a homeless shelter on Olympic on the west side. And the residents were not very enthused about the idea. In fact, they had one question at the public meeting about this site. Is this already a done deal or not? And Katie didn't want to answer that question. And then the crowd got a little crazy, and the meeting ended after 12 minutes.
And it wasn't fun for the councilwoman or the mayor.
No, but it was fun for Ed Lascos, who got to do the blow-by-blow on Fox 11.
For more, here's Fox 11.
Your councilwoman, I believe, is taking a very LA mayor hit with a chorus of hissing and boos.
Nobody does it better.
The LA mayor hit with a chorus of hissing and boos. It's the emotional fallout after the LA City Councilwoman Katie Yaroslavsky unveils her plans for new housing for the homeless.
Our homeless people on our streets, many of whom used to be housed in our neighborhoods.
Yeah, I don't know how many of the homeless people by the Beverly Center lived near the Beverly Center before they became a crackhead.
No. And here's also part of the subtext to this story. Katie Yaroslavsky has the Yaroslavsky name. And Zev Yaroslavsky has represented that part of Los Angeles for decades. First on the LA City Council, then on the LA County Board of Supervisors. Zev, while left of center, was always seen as kind of a moderate sort of voice and an individual who works collaboratively with people who think differently than him. When most people went and voted in this election, I think they assumed because she had that name that her politics were similar to Zev's. Well, she's not his daughter. She's the daughter-in-law, and she worked for Sheila Kuehl. So she sees the world the same way that Louis Anderson does, not the same way that Zev does, but the voters thought the opposite was true.
Sort of, snowflake weepies.
Homeless people on our streets, many of whom used to be housed in our neighborhoods.
Gotta remember, this is the same councilwoman that did nothing for over 2 months when the naked homeless encampment took over the Beverly Center.
Exactly.
The controversial project is the latest attempt to solve LA's exploding housing crisis by setting up interim beds here on Pico Boulevard in the West Side.
When you see an encampment and you
I wonder how many of the people that attended that meeting voted for Katie over her opponent, Sam Yebury, who was a little more common sense.
I bet you a lot of them did, but I bet you a lot of them took the shorthand that because of the name, they assumed she saw the world a certain way.
When you see an encampment and you call our office and you say, do something about it, we literally don't have places for people to go right now.
Oh, just stop it. If I was at that meeting, I'd start heckling too.
You know, we were putting them in the motels, and then they won't stay in the motels after they, of course, damage them and set them on fire. That's the mayor's signature initiative, Project Inside Save. We have places for them. They just choose not to stay there.
I mean, what's the master plan here? Wait for the area around the Beverly Center to get so bad that Macy's goes out of business, and then you turn that into a homeless shelter?
Well, that's what happened in San Francisco with Nordstrom's.
It's a partnership that's tied to LA Family Housing, which already operates this facility for the homeless in North Hollywood.
I'll kill that bitch.
Oh, my. That took a wild turn.
That was some rough language.
I'll kill that bitch.
Nonstop.
They didn't bleep the B word. What did they bleep?
I'm having a hard time figuring out which profanity she used there.
I'll kill that bitch.
Nonstop. There's always someone fighting, screaming, and yelling. There's been a few people shot as well, a few people who's been stabbed. It's just insane.
The North Hollywood homeless facility already sharply rejected by many neighbors there. It's a growing controversy reported earlier this week exclusively here on Fox 11 News.
The one in North Hollywood is a building, not many houses. And they did not clear the sidewalks. People are in tents on the sidewalk besides the people in the building.
But the councilwoman not backing down, her office saying they have a good plan in place.
There will be 24/7.
We have a good plan.
So wait, so they put the building, the facility, to house the homeless, and now they end up with a facility with homeless people in it and tents all around the building, so the neighborhood is still blighted. You just have more people with more mental problems living next to you.
This is what's been going on all the way back to H and Triple H back in 2016, the brainchild of then Mayor.
Just be smart and stay apart.
Where we were going to build all these bridge housing units, and people would have a way to get from the streets to a temporary shelter to permanent housing. And they all promised, if we build these in your neighborhood, we will clean up the encampments. They built the shelters and did not clean up the encampments, so more blight was attracted to the neighborhood.
Sounds like it's the opposite of a rising tide lifts all sails.
There will be 24/7 security on site. So we think we've got a good plan, but we wanted to be able to talk about it with the community.
For now, this West Side community left with many questions and concerns about the homeless crisis that many here say just isn't going away anytime soon.
You need to have services, but you also need to have housing for those to be effective. Right now, people are just running around, even if they are dangerous, and there's no security whatsoever. So it's like you can't have it both ways. You can't just wish these people disappear.
Sure you can.
Okay, but if your answer is just going to result in more homeless people, then you don't have the answers either. You're going to make the problem worse. What is the oath that all doctors take? Do no harm? Well, if you can't take the Hippocratic Oath with whatever it is that you're going to do with the homeless, you can't guarantee that what you're going to do isn't going to make it worse, then don't do it.
Now live, it's the mayor who ends this meeting early, about 10-15 minutes after it began because of all the booing. The councilwoman's office admits they have a good plan, but they admit that they've got to come up with a better way to present that plan at the next meeting to try to keep, as they were saying, everybody calm so they can at least hear what's being talked about. But
here's what happened. They started the meeting. People were asking, is this already a done deal? Are you actually asking for our input, or are you going to steamroll us? Katie Yaroslavsky did not answer, so the people got unruly. That's what happened, because they don't care what the public's input is on this. They're going to go through with it.
No, and this is the exact same answer that the fake doctor gave, by the way. When she was asked if she had any regrets about anything that she did or her office did all through COVID, she said that she wishes she would have communicated her policy positions better, because had she done that, the public would have been on board.
Yeah. Well, when you think of great communicators, you think of Barbara Ferrer.
No, thank you.
But you know yourself, whenever you talk about putting a homeless shelter in somebody's neighborhood, you bet there's fireworks.
That guy's the best.
It's like the 4th of July.
Enough already.
Ed Laskos, National Treasure.